How do I leave the room? Options? How do I get out? Do I just like do this? Cool. So I'm gonna do a new table. So open. I don't know what sample means. Format. Is there a casual? Hmm. I see. Okay. All right. So here we go. You selected a deck that's not valid for this format. Why? Okay, let's do open then. So anyway, I'm just creating an account. I'm still working through it. I probably could watch tutorials, but classic cloth seems good. A lot of options here, guys. Oh, cool. That worked. All right. Oh, the dark side. All right, so now I'm waiting. That list looks bad. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, yeah. I'm not even trying to stream that. Why am I streaming that? I was looking at some resistance garbage that Greg needs to sure for. Yeah. All right. Here, hang on a second. Relax. I'm streaming the wrong desktop. Here we go. Boom. Yeah, I was trying to see this double tapping Han shit. Here, let's see. So I just joined the server. There's seems like there's two conflicting discords. They're in a similar state to X-Wing, actually. Why you say I'm on Mac? Yeah, I'm on Mac. I have a PC as well, but so they seem to be in a similar state to X-Wing, where the game was abandoned. They have a player committee that kind of releases new cards. They do worlds still, and granted, this is like 20 years later. I played this. The last time I played this was 1999. So I'm coming up on 27 years. It's been 27 years since I played this game. I abandoned it because the only person I played with in my neighborhood, and at that time there was no like real online play. The person I moved, my dad moved jobs, and so I moved away from the only person that I knew played it. I sold off my set. I got scammed for it, so I sold off my set and then never got paid for it. So truly heartbreaking. Um, this is time where you like sell it on like whatever came before Craigslist. I can't remember. It wasn't even eBay. Um, and I think, in my opinion, it's just way better game than Star Wars Unlimited. Star Wars Unlimited lacks many things that Yeah, I'm still looking for a game, obviously. Um, so Star Wars Unlimited lacks many things that Star Wars collectible card game delivers. So Star Wars Unlimited, it has no sense of epic scale. Um, you have like well, you have one location, a space, and a ground. Whereas in collectible card game, you could have like multiple locations. You can travel from one system to another. In terms of epic scale, the games were longer. The battles were less like just math, where it's like, my chip has more attack than your defense, therefore you die. It was like you drew a destiny, so there was a chance factor to it. Um, there was storytelling in it. You could literally take Luke through like the Jedi trials with, you could do like what if he stayed with Yoda type scenarios. And it actually had impacts on the game. Mm, yeah, it just felt way more holistic. It also like the card design, like everything, everything about it was just like better, less cartoonish, less like um, Andrew, probably you're probably not old enough. So this came out, and I want to say '96. Here, while I'm waiting for a game, I may not get a game. So this, you guys are going on the journey with me here. Let's see, is that showing? Cool. So I went to this one first, the SWCCG, and they were saying, "Hey, go to here, the Star Wars Book Club." So I came here. Here, let me do a screenshot of these guys. They're being very helpful. They've been chatty all day, but then like I'm like looking. I literally posted it 5 hours ago. I'm looking for a game at 9 p.m. and like cool. Somebody should be around. And yet, you know, anyway, I mean, like the game's been dead for 27 years. Um, but again, they're still having worlds. They said at worlds, 50 people show up, and it changes location every year, which I think is dope. Um, yeah, Andrew, this was yeah, it's probably just like when you were below the age of 10. So here, I've actually got like a decent. One second. I've got a decent timeline for this actually. So I was chatting with a bunch of these guys today. So it came out in '95, and so this is very much like generics are the name of the game. So up until '99, from '95 to '99, generics were the name of the game. To where like you can't just like say like I want to spawn Darth Vader. You had to like buy either the big starter set, which was a shit ton of money for kids. Not a starter set. You'd like to buy the entire um, release. I think. Yeah, to buy the entire release. Oh yes, yes, fuck yes. You had to buy the entire release just to get guaranteed one Darth Vader or like one Luke Skywalker. And so people that couldn't afford that and they were like running with the starter sets, you were very much running with like newbie Luke, no pilot Luke, like Tatooine Luke, and you would like, yeah, I'm on SWCCG, also book club. Happy to meet you there. Oh, this is great, man. Like I got a game. Fucking A, let's go. Um, I'm excited about this. This will be great. He's about to join me via voice. Um, so like you deploy the loop, but then you had to deploy a weapon to him. You can deploy. So like is Swoo stole that from the collectible card game, but like in '99 they came out with these expansions that really watered down the game. I think at that same time I was moving away from the one friend that I used to know that played it, and it had tons of Star Wars lore in it. This is like the first time where they started giving like names to the most obscure background characters. It would be like, oh, that person walking deep in the background there, that's like whoever, and they're like a Y-wing pilot for like, you know, Gold 17 or something, some like super obscure spacecraft. Um, and that was canonized. Like all that shit was canonized. Um, Anyway, in '99, like at the same time I was moving, they started watering down the game by you could get like these guaranteed like if you buy this pack you get Luke, and he not only was Luke, he was souped up Luke, and so that's when I kind of started backing off. Around 2002, I sold my set. I never got into the Coruscant or Death Star 2 or any of like, but let's see, um, or any of like the Thebe stuff. What is my I don't actually know my fucking what's my official thing. I got like stop the streamer thing. Oh, this is awesome, dude. Like last night, I was shooting the shit around um, group Discord on pages. Right? No, I don't. I don't. I stopped trying to be organized in my life. Um, I I stress out too much about organization, and it actually causes me more anxiety than. Oh, this is another retro game, Star Wars Galaxies. I'm asking about, but all right. Anyway, this guy's about to call me. We're gonna play a game. This will be cool. Um, yeah. So anyway, like it turns out. I mean, so the cool thing, anyway. So I think something about my conversation with Greg, not a conversation, like back and forth with Greg last night. I was like, I should just reach out and see if there's a community. Anyway, it sounds like the community is very similar to X-wing. And also they're like, yeah, there are tons of players that agree with you on like the special edition packs watered out in the game. Therefore, like, there's tons of groups that just play like Premier through up through like um, the like Dagobah sets. So you can play like and oh another thing that I think Star Wars Unlimited not good at. So like collectible card game was you had deck themes and not just like in terms of like mechanics but also like it was thematic. Like your entire deck was Hoth. Whereas in Star Wars Unlimited, it feels like the thematics are very much mechanical. It's like this character like does very well with these types of like debuffs or like buffs, and therefore I'm going to layer in a bunch of other mechanical cards that may have not even be from the same time period that take advantage of that. Whereas like SWCCG just felt more like a story. It felt way more epic. And everything was like, oh, I'm deploying the Tauntaun. I'm putting Han Solo on the Tauntaun. I'm giving Han Solo the blaster pistol. Like, oh, and he's going up against the Wampa. All right, where's this guy? You said you were gonna call me. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, is this him? Champ. Is there a voice channel? Oh man. Hey, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, thanks for joining, man.
Yeah, for sure. So what's your
You okay if I
background?
stream this? I stream X-wing, and I was talking with my X-wing community about not my X-wing community, my X-wing friends about like hey, I'd like to get back into Star Wars collectible card game, and so like I got a few of them watching my Twitch stream right now.
Oh yeah, it's still pretty active.
You still there?
It's good.
Oh fuck that. Let me see.
Yep, still here.
I don't see you lighting up. I think you muted yourself.
Check
Nope.
1 2.
I see you lighting up on Discord, but I can't hear you. And I changed nothing.
Check
Why?
1 2.
You can hear him. So the Twitch stream can hear him. So OBS is doing something weird. Cool. Um,
Test one, two.
Give me another mic check.
Yeah, check, check.
Oh, my Mac muted itself somehow. Weird. All right, cool. Anyway, sorry. Was that Did that sound okay for you?
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
You're
cool.
you're coming through clear.
You okay with me streaming just for
Yeah,
fun?
that's fine.
Cool. All right, cool. So again, I've been in another game for 26, 27 years. The last time I played was like back when I think Dagobah was just released.
Oh
So
wow, early sets. Okay.
yeah. Actually, I quit playing right when the special edition stuff came out, or enhanced, or
Okay.
something like that. And yeah, I would love to just maybe get a starter deck walkthrough or whatever you recommend.
Yeah, so GIMP is a really nice resource because all the cards are available for free and it supports a bunch of different formats with rules enforcement. It'll make sure you have the right number of cards and no illegal cards for the format, that sort of thing.
Cool.
And stores your deck library and it's got matchmaking, support for leagues, bunch of really cool features. And then within the game itself, it supports pretty heavy rule checking to make sure that players can only take the right actions during the right phases and so on.
Love it.
So it's actually a really good platform to learn the game and not be looking up rules every 2 minutes to see if you did something right.
Love it. Would you want to host and then me join?
Sure, there's a set of pre-made Death Star 2 starter decks that Decipher released. This was right after Endor Death Star 2 era, and they're pretty well matched, and they have a reasonably good balance of different cards available, so that might be a
Sounds
good
great.
starter deck.
Sounds great. Do I need to pick that before joining the table, or is it something you can like you host and then when I join I get to pick the deck, or how does that work?
Yeah, I'll host it, and then in the middle of the game hall area, on the left you'll see a deck builder, and then a format drop down, and then a deck drop down.
Cool.
And for the deck drop down, do you want to play light or dark?
Doesn't matter to me. I'm happy with you.
You like TIE fighters or X-Wings more?
X Wings more, but yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
with both. I'm happy
Go
with
ahead
both.
and take light then.
Yeah.
And so if you look down in your deck list there, it'll probably just be full of sample decks
I
since
don't.
you haven't built your
Sorry.
own
Should I
yet.
should I join the table and then look for that, or should I look for the?
You have to have it selected when you join the table. So
Okay.
um,
So I'm
let's
looking.
see.
It might be easier if I just share. Can I share my screen? No, this is a voice only channel, isn't it? Oh, is it deck? Is it deck builder? Is that?
Yeah, to the right of the deck builder is a drop down
Uh huh.
where you can choose sample decks.
I see that.
And so we'll be looking for I believe it is, let me just double check here.
Sample light
It's
premiere or something.
under light precon, and then it's P-DS2 Death Star 2 starter.
Searching. Um, I see sample light. Sorry, you said P-DS2.
Yeah, it'll be under precon, so it'll
P.
be pretty far down, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. Starter light,
Yes.
or is it the premiere? They said.
It'll be
So okay.
P-DS2 Death
I
Star
think I'm
2
good.
starter.
I think I'm good.
And then I'll start the table here.
Are you able to invite me, or do I need to be looking for it? Okay, I see it. Yep.
All right, so first thing you pick a starting location, lots
These
to choose
are
from.
all of the locations that are in my deck, and I get to pull one out before like the
Exactly.
deck is shuffled. Is that right?
Yep.
You recommend going with a
Typically,
round or a system?
you could go either. You don't know what your hand is yet, so you kind of have to pick blind based on what you think your deck might be good at. But
Sure.
this is just a test game to kind of learn the mechanics, so
Sure. Totally.
you might want to pick one that has like two light icons for you, one for the opponent.
Okay. Yeah, I grabbed indoor before you said that, so I think I kind
All
of
good.
highlighted that. But all right, so I got choose starting interrupt. It looks like both are automatically highlighted. One is careful planning. Um,
Yeah, first thing, let's do this before we do anything else. Go to, on the lower left corner, there's a options tab,
I see it.
and you want to do the request action timer disable.
Okay. I see it
And
highlighted
base,
blue. I'm not sure if that actually did it.
yeah, you just poke it once and that should take care of it. What that does, GIMP has a automatic 5 minute timeout if you don't take any actions. And new players, that are reading cards and stuff will often be in the middle of making a decision and then they time out and the game gets canceled. So
Gotcha.
as you're just starting out, that can be useful.
Gotcha. Okay, so I've
Uh,
got in front of me careful planning and head to the medical forget. Um,
Probably want to pick the starting one that lets you deploy some free effects.
but neither do either of
Probably
these.
say deploy up to 3 effects if each of them
That's
deploys for
head
free.
head to the middle medical. Okay.
Yeah, the starting interrupts came right around special edition, and they kind of let you get your deck started a little bit quicker than drawing blind into everything.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm looking
And
at.
you can
Yeah.
pick all 3 of them if you want, or you can skip one or two of
I
them.
saw I saw
Might
three
just
cards flash in front of. Okay. I saw three cards kind of flash in front of my screen, and then they disappeared. So I didn't actually get to pick anything. But
did you click done?
hmm. Nope. Never
Let
mind.
me
Now it's
see.
showing choose card to deploy from reserve deck. Is that
Yeah, so there'll probably be 3 cards there you can pick from.
and these are deploying to my hand or these are deploying like to the field?
So these are starting. You played a starting interrupt that lets you deploy some effects on the table for yourself before the game even gets going. So instead of drawing them into your hand and putting them on the table later, this gives you a quick way to start some critical, important effects for your deck.
I'm not seeing a done button. I do see all three of them highlighted. Um,
Yeah, go ahead and just click them,
oh, okay.
and it'll deploy them on
Okay,
your
I see
side
it.
of the table
Gotcha,
there.
gotcha. Yeah, I do not remember this part of the game, so I think maybe this is like just after I decided to give up on it.
And you should be able to hover over just about any card, get a nice zoomed in version. Is
Yep,
that working?
yep.
And you can also right click locations out on the table, for example, any card on the table, and you'll be able to get a bunch of details about that card if you have any
Yep.
questions about if it counts as a battleground or, what your modified power is for a character, that sort of thing.
Awesome. All right.
All right, so it's my turn. It's waiting for me to do something, so I'm going to go ahead and activate some force here. So, how much do you remember about the original rules with your different piles and stuff?
I remember the reserve part. I remember like you get a certain amount of force to deploy things. I remember like attrition. Yeah, I think like I
Okay,
probably
yeah.
all that to say I feel like I remember half of it. So we'll give it a go.
Yeah, so you got your hand, your reserve deck. At the beginning of your turn, just the activate phase, and you're going to be putting cards from your reserve deck in your force pile. You can put up to the number of dark icons on the table plus 1. So in this case, I'm going to activate 5 force from the top of my reserve deck, put them in my force pile, and those will be available for me to spend on deploying cards and that sort of thing.
Okay. I'm seeing choose the amount of force to allow your opponent to activate without you performing a top level action. I'm not sure what
So
that's for.
basically, you could play an interrupt halfway through me activating. So I could activate 2 cards, and then you could play some interrupt to do something, and then let me activate the rest of my 3 cards.
Gotcha.
Most of the time, you're just going to let the opponent activate all of their force, as soon as they start their activation phase. So you can click OK.
Gotcha. So I could just keep it at 5 and hit OK.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and then down on my side of the table, or maybe it's the top for you on your side, but
Yep.
you'll be able to see my force pile there.
Yep.
So I have 42 cards in my reserve deck, 5 in my force pile.
Yep.
And at this point, a few cards light up for me. It moved through my control phase, which we'll get to later, and it's now my deploy phase.
Okay.
So maybe I want to click a card and deploy a site to the table.
And those are zero cost.
Yep, sites and locations, those deploy for free, and maybe I'll throw some scrubs down on the table here. Let's see. So we'll deploy this guy, and you can see if you hover over that character, he's got a deploy value of 2. That's the white number in the lower left corner.
Yep.
So that cost me moving 2 cards from my force pile to the used pile.
Gotcha.
And then the next trooper guy also cost me 2 force, moving from my force pile to my used pile.
Gotcha.
And so I've spent 4 out of my 5 force pile for the turn here. And it carries over to the next turn. So if I don't use it all up,
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
save it into the next turn.
So it's not use it or lose it. Got it.
All right, and then let's say I could deploy some more stuff, but maybe I don't want to, or maybe I've deployed everything I have. I'm
Sure.
going to pass the deploy phase actions, and I'm going to pass my move phase and draw a card. And now it should be your turn.
Okay. So I don't have. I'm looking at your power. Power. Can you remind me when I get a when you get to draw? It's kind of like a battle destiny or something like that.
Ability 4 is the basic marker at which point during a battle you get to draw one card and add the
Is that
destiny of that card
total
to your
ability
power.
for, or is it one character ability for?
As long as you have a total of ability 4 or higher at the site, you normally get to draw a battle destiny.
Got it. Okay.
And
And
same for space.
oh, I guess I should draw force, right?
Yeah, you should activate probably as much as you can, which in your case should be 2 plus 1 plus your own force, so you should be able to activate 5, I think.
Yeah, I'm not seeing activate action. Is that um, okay?
You may have to
Choose amount of force to activate.
click on your reserve deck to activate.
So I've got two
Yep.
for indoor, and then one for each of the ground spots, and then one for me.
Yep.
Okay, so total of 5. Got it. All right.
And so at this point, basically with some troops on the ground here, the thing that you're facing is that every turn I have the option of
Yes, the
making you
force
lose
drain.
one force for a force
Okay,
drain because
so and
you
that's
have one light
one,
side icon
and
and
that's one
nobody
from.
there to defend it, and so I'm going to be damaging you for one force every turn, basically.
And that's one from either my hand or the deck.
Could be from any of your hand or your life force, so you can lose it from your force pile, used pile, reserve deck, or hand.
Got it. Okay, I think I will.
And that's the main incentive to promote like player engagement is that if you're showing up at one place and the opponent isn't, uh, you can inflict damage on them and basically force them to show up and contest it.
Okay. I think I know what I want to do. Actually, let me check this guy real quick. Let me just check this guy's about anything pilots, system sector during deploy cost of your unique X-wing. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. So I want to deploy this A-wing here,
Cool.
and then I think I want to deploy this pilot to him. I'm trying to figure out where.
Yeah, in this case, the A wing has a
Oh, he's
built-in
already got a
permanent
pilot. He's
pilot.
got a pilot. Okay,
So,
gotcha, gotcha,
so,
gotcha.
so this is a cool thing about GIMP. If you change your mind, especially in learning games and stuff,
Yeah, you can like
under
apply
the
them.
options, there's a request. Uh, where is it?
That's okay. I think
Oh
I'm
no,
still. I was still
it's
want to
it's
make
in
the
the
same
main menu.
decision.
You can request a revert
Yeah, no problem.
instead of taking an action.
And
So that's a
deploying
real useful thing early on.
and deploying a hmm. deploy. Actually, I think it's a neutral, net neutral for me. So I think I'll just not mulligan it, and I'll just deploy another A wing,
Yeah, that's totally fine.
and then I think I'll deploy concussion missiles to one of them, and
Nice.
that's everything. And do I do pass here?
So what phase are you in? Deploy phase?
Uh, yeah, because I'm all out of. Sorry,
Yep.
I'm just making sure I'm doing terminology. Is it I'm all out of force or
Yeah, yeah, you've used up all your force, so yeah, you can pass the rest of your turn.
okay? Choose move action. So there's nowhere to move to because they can't move to ground, and then I do pass.
Yep, so there's basically six phases, I believe. There's activate, control phase, deploy phase, move phase. Sorry, there was deploy and then battle and then move phase, and then you recirculate at the end. And all the cards in your used pile end up being moved underneath your reserve deck. And because of that flow from the reserve deck to the force pile, using the force pile to the used pile, and then the used pile recirculating to the bottom of the reserve deck, you can actually track cards if you remember where things were drawn,
Yeah, you're counting
because
the.
there's no shuffling unless
Yep.
some particular card tells you to.
That's pretty advanced. Quick question
Yeah,
on
don't worry about that.
squadron assignments. You may reveal one unpiloted starfighter from its hand to take its. Oh, that's super interesting. Okay, all right,
It
got it.
was always super annoying to have all these cool matching pilots and X-Wings, but you had to blind draw them all into your hand at the same time,
Right.
and it was really hard to play them. So this is a really good
Yeah,
tool
this works very
for
effectively.
getting those matching pilots
All right,
together.
well, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab a drink of water real quick.
Yep.
All right, and by water, I mean mezcal. All right,
That sounds like
everybody's telling me,
the better version.
everybody's telling me to attack. Not yet. Patience. All right. Um, I think I just keep hitting on the choose amount of force to allow, blah blah blah. I think I just always hit OK on this, right? Don't even worry about because I don't have any
For now,
interrupts
yeah.
that are like I don't think I have any interrupts that are like if your opponent draws blah blah blah, then you can interrupt them.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so this is control phase here, and this is where you do your force drains, where
Okay.
you basically try to inflict damage for the opponent not showing up to site. So I'm going to activate the site here that I'm at, and I'm going to force drain for one force.
Okay.
And so at this point,
Yep.
you have one damage to satisfy from top of your reserve deck or a card from your hand, and
Would you
yeah, you
consider a
can pick.
2-2 ground person relatively mid with a 2
Yeah,
deploy cost?
yeah, yeah. That's a reasonably middle grade card. Yeah.
Because like the risk of me going from the reserve deck is that I could be like sacrificing a premium
Yep.
card, right?
That's always true. The benefit of losing from your reserve deck is that you aren't pulling cards into your hand which cost a force and then choosing to lose them. So it's
Right.
almost like
Do it
skipping
if I
the
choose to
one
lose
force cost.
if I choose to lose from the reserve deck, do I get to see it afterwards?
Yes, every card that gets lost you'll see and
Okay.
it'll show up at the top of your lost pile.
So it ended
All right,
up
so
to be
one
a
X-Wing.
looks like a generic X-wing. That's not a bad loss.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and because of these battle order and battle plan effects on the table, that cost me three force to force drain you. So these battle order and battle plan effects are really useful to slow down early damage, and also force players to use a mixture of ground and space. And so paying that three force to cause one damage to you
Gotcha. So
arguably is not worth it in the early game.
you need to do a
But
sight and a system, and they don't necessarily be related, right? It could be like different, like indoor and
Correct.
Bespin, right? You could do those too.
Yeah, the key thing here is they have to be a battleground, and that's defined as basically a location where both players have force icons.
Hmm.
So you can't like occupy some inner Hoth site that's protected by the energy shield and has no dark icons, and the dark can't deploy there.
Right.
That doesn't count for satisfying one of the ground sites.
Got you. All right.
All right, so deploy action for me. Space looks too risky right now. Ground I feel like is okay, so I'm just gonna pass here and drop a few more cards.
And
All
what?
right.
Sorry, can you remind me what dictates the number of cards I get to draw per turn?
You can draw as many as are available in your force pile.
That's but also sorry, I was thinking like the number that go into my force pile. So it's the number of sabers
Oh
plus
yeah,
one.
number of light side icons plus one.
So I probably shouldn't have deployed indoor because it gives you. I should have done like a 2-1 or something like that, as opposed to a 3-2.
Yeah, yeah, arguably, but you know, you're gonna make a dozen mistakes every game for the first few games for sure.
Sure. Alrighty. Okay. So activate. I get to activate. Oh shoot. Was it still 5? Yeah, 5. Okay. All right. And then um, choose control action. So I drain here.
And you can see that's pretty expensive, but you inflicted damage, so maybe I'll lose this card from my hand.
Gotcha.
And you can hover over that lost pile and see what card I lost.
Imperial reinforcements. Okay. And then yeah. Oh, so I didn't realize battle plan. Okay, that's okay. Good. That's so it's like mutual. That seems more fair of a card.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
And and both players have the cards, but you'll notice mine says unless battle plan is on the table, so mine doesn't cause us each to have to pay 6. It kind of if at least one of them is out, we both pay 3, but that's the most it'll do.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'd like to. I've got 2 left, which seems perfect. I'd like to deploy Red Squadron 7 plus. Um. Oh, I've actually got both in hand. That's crazy. So I don't actually need to use squadron assignments. So I can deploy this. I think.
And you'll have to pay the deploy cost of both the ship and the pilot.
Yeah, so they both deploy for 2, I think,
Nice.
total, which is seems like a steal.
Yeah, yeah, that's very good. And you've got 4 ability at the location now, so you'll be able to draw Battle Destiny, and you have more cards available to lose if it gets into a big battle.
So my risk here I see is like I have limited cards in hand, and I've got 2 ground sites exposed for force drain, and I don't have any ground forces out there. Okay, so I pass here. Um, oh, what's it asking? Choose move action. No, no move. Pass. Cool, man. I'm already having a blast. Like this is coming back.
It's so nice to have the rules enforcement.
Yeah.
It's just such a steep learning curve if you're just trying to read a rule book and play it in person with a
Yeah,
friend without
and
any
X
rules
Wings is
enforcement.
yeah, X Wing minis is the same way. There's less rules enforcement, but there's some. Um, things like firing or just like range checks are typically the big thing in X Wing miniatures that are very helpful to see on the tabletop simulator.
Okay, at this point, it feels too expensive to force drain, and I want to get something out in space, so let's see what I can do here. So we got some familiar TIE fighter.
Oh no, TIE Defender. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little mix here, but I don't have enough to draw Battle Destiny, so that's something. And so I'm not going to battle. Battling normally takes one force to
Sure.
battle at a location where we both have presence,
Yep.
and presence is just one ability or more.
Yep. Gotcha. So my power, um, you don't have higher maneuver, so my power on the A-wings is not less. Okay, cool. Activate 5. I can't force train here. That's good. That means I have less
Correct.
less decisions to make. Um, this is probably dumb, but we'll just do. Oh wait, no. To act. Sorry. To create a battle. To hmm. I thought it said something about like I may initiate battles for free. Where was that?
Oh, yeah, that's true on your battle plan. Yep. So
Um.
if you click on the system during your deploy phase, you'll have two options. You
Sure.
can initiate a battle for free, or you can pay one to initiate a battle, which is the normal action.
Yeah. So I'm gonna deploy um the Nebula B.
Nice, yeah.
What is it? Highlighting squadron assignments. You may reveal one unpiloted. No, I can't do that. So I'm done with the
You,
deploy. I
you,
can.
you, you probably could, if you have something in your hand, you could choose to take that action even if you fail to
Nah,
actually
I've just
deploy
got.
it.
Nah, I've just got two ground troops in my hand. So I can pass here, and then I think I can do battle here for free.
Okay, so you see your 15 is your power, and the plus one means you get a battle destiny currently, and I have a 5 power with no battle destiny. And at the starting of the battle, there's some interrupts that play if a battle was just initiated, that sort of thing. And so I'm going to play this interrupt from my hand. It says if a battle was just initiated, draw a destiny, and you can activate that much force. So I'll activate some force here.
If battle was just initiated, draw destiny. Okay, so you draw your own destiny, and so you drew high. You
Yep.
drew a 6. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
it would
Okay.
have been nice to draw that in a battle for a battle destiny, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean it's good. That means you probably, if you got like Star Destroyers in hand, then you'll be able to potentially deploy them next turn or something.
Yep, yep.
Cool. And sorry, choose weapon. Oh, sorry, choose weapon segment.
So yeah, you have the option of firing your concussion
They're
missiles
for
if you want.
free, so there's really no
So
point in not doing it, right?
those may target a starship for free, so you can pick either one of my ships and draw a destiny. Add one if targeting a starfighter. Hit if destiny greater than defense value. So defense value of the TIE Defender is maneuver
I
4.
think we go with the
Uh, the other one
interceptor
is
because
also
they're the
4.
same, right? And the power on the interceptor is higher, surprisingly. Um, yeah, so we're gonna go against the interceptor. Um, a 2, so that's not good. So does not hit.
Right, so you can see at a total destiny of 3, that was 2 plus the 1 for targeting a starfighter, and the defense value was maneuver 4, so that didn't work. I'll try just for fun here, taking a couple shots. So normally you can only fire once, but the TIE Interceptor says you can fire a starship weapon aboard twice.
That's cool.
So I'm going to take a shot at, it looks like Red Squadron 7 might be the cheapest or easiest to hit, so I'll take a
Yeah.
shot at Red Squadron here. Okay, locations count as a 0 for Destiny, even though they don't have a printed number on them, so that was a fail.
And you get to shoot again.
And yeah, I'll try one more time since the Interceptor can fire twice.
Hey, I made it.
Very good, very good. Okay, so odds were not great, but you never know
Do I
till you
want to
try. So,
draw one battle destiny? I'm not sure what that
okay,
means.
You have the option not to draw a battle destiny. It's very rare that you would want to choose that, so go ahead and do
Battle
yes.
Destiny contributes to attrition, doesn't it?
Both it adds to your power and to your attrition. So at the damage phase here, you can see that because of the battle power difference, I have to lose 14 because it was your power was 19, my power was 5. So I have to lose 14 total value from the battle, and that can be a mixture of losing cards from the site or system, or it can be losing cards from my hand or the reserve deck. The 4 that you see, that's the attrition, and so that total amount of forfeit has to be lost from the site itself. So just below the deploy numbers
Mm-hmm.
of 2 and 3 for my
What?
2 TIE fighters is the black box with the numbers 3 and 3. So each of these ships will forfeit for 3 damage. So that'll cover 6 of the 14.
And do I need to?
Uh,
I need to sacrifice four as well. Is that what the
no,
four?
because I did not draw a Battle Destiny, so you don't have any attrition to lose from the location. Uh, we also have our effects out called inconsequential losses and superficial damage. They're mirrors of each other,
Mm,
and you can choose to forfeit a weapon
mm,
for a value of 3. So I'm going to forfeit my uh, TIE laser cannons for 3 here,
got it.
and that'll help cover a little bit of the damage. And then you can see these other 2 ships will each forfeit for 3 each, so I'll lose 1. Now I'm down to needing to lose 8 damage, lose the other, and now I have 5 more. I don't have anything else to forfeit from the site, so I'm going to have to lose 5 cards from my hand and life force. So maybe I'll choose to lose 2 from the used pile, and 3 from my reserve deck.
Gotcha.
Okay, and at that point, the battle's been completed, and you can move on to another battle somewhere else or some
Yep.
other part of your turn.
Oh, I think it's your turn here from here.
Yep. Okay, so I'll activate 6 here. And still too expensive to force drain. I know you only have 2 cards in your hand, so I'm not too worried about getting attacked on the ground. I don't feel like I need to reinforce, so I'm just going to drop a bunch of cards and try to get back on my feet here.
Ooh, man, 10 force. Does this deck that you have, like, what's the biggest starship you got? Is there like a super star destroyer or something that's just gonna?
I think there's some Victory class Star Destroyers that deploy for 6, maybe. I don't know if there's any larger Star Destroyers than that, but even
Gotcha.
the normal Star Destroyers are maybe
They can handle all that.
8-ish, and it's only the Executor that's super pricey at like 15. But
Gotcha.
I'm 99% sure there's no Executor in this deck.
Gotcha.
All right,
All right,
so
so
I'll pass my
you
turn.
pulled up 9 cards.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. All right. Oh, so okay. So choose activation or pass. Definitely don't pass. We'll bring up 5. I need more cards in hand.
So yeah, now you have the tough choice. Do you force drain and make me lose 1 card, or do you save those 3 cards and use them to draw and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think we force drain and we bring up cards
All right.
if that's possible. I can bring up the remaining 2. Is that right?
Yep.
Um, choose deploy action or pass. I don't see the possibility of bringing up those other 2.
Yeah, you'll have to pass until your draw phase,
Oh,
which is
gotcha.
like at the very end of your turn.
And since these 2 are indoor, your guys can move between locations pretty fluidly, right?
Yeah, normally each character has a land speed of 1, and you can move to an adjacent site for 1 force each, so it's not free typically, but yeah, they can move.
Oh, I only made you lose one. If you
Yeah,
have Imperials on indoor. Ah, yeah, definitely was not worth it. Okay, cool, cool. Um, so because you had them
now
on
that
ground.
that's for me force draining you. For your force drain, it's the light side text that kicks in. So force drain -1 here, just flat out.
Just
So
flat out,
yeah.
yeah. Because light side is are good guys. They don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want to do dirty deeds. All right, so pass on the move. I'll draw the two. Okay.
All right, so back to my turn here, and let's see what I can do. Still feels expensive to force drain, so maybe I will pass for now, and I'll just try to get something out in space. And if I can get something out in space somewhere, I'll no longer have to pay 3 to drain on the ground, so
Right.
that's going to be helpful.
Right. Right. Okay.
Okay, well, since it was so successful last time, let's put another one of these guys out. And if your ship doesn't have a built-in pilot, you have to deploy it with a pilot. You can't just deploy a chunk of metal floating in space.
Gotcha. Oh, see, that's interesting. Yeah. So you can't deploy it and then like deploy pilot next turn. Okay.
All right. So it feels too risky to try to deploy to Endor, so I'm going to
Yeah.
deploy somewhere else. And if you move over to come pursue me here, maybe I'll have one more turn to build up something to defend with.
Because I can't move and attack same turn.
Correct. Yeah, the move phase is after, so it's deploy, battle, and then move.
And generally, how would I pen? Like, if I let's say I'm just trying to chase down like a single Tie Fighter, is the general strategy like you keep just a force at like a starfighter or a starship force at each location that? Oh well, I guess the starfighter actually the Tie can't hyper. They can't move, right?
Exactly. Yeah, unless there's a Star Destroyer or something to carry them, they're pretty much stranded at whatever system they deploy to.
Gotcha. So the play is if I move over there, I can't attack you, but then you deploy a carrier of some type and then can move away from me. Got it.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
But if you play that cat and mouse game the whole time, uh, what it'll let you do is force drain at the start of your turn, and then you move in front of me, so I can't force drain you. So the it can pay off to chase somebody, I guess.
Right. I feel like I'm getting one more. Oh, because you added one more card. I'm getting one more force. All right. Um. Hmm. You've only got one in your. Sorry. Is the correct term force pile? I don't want to.
Yep. Yeah, one in my force pile.
All right. Um. I'm not gonna. I'm not. I need to get some. I think I need to get a ground force out there. What does this interrupt? Most. That's interesting.
Yeah, so there'll be lost interrupts and used interrupts. Lost, they go to your lost pile when you finish them, and used go into the top of your used pile after you play them.
All right, we'll do Chewy there. Okay. Why do I have two left? Oh, he's only. Oh, deploys -2 to indoor. That's dope. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that seems good.
And so if you have somebody else with ability 2 or more that you can deploy there, that'll at least let you draw a battle destiny, which could be
Yeah,
pretty helpful.
I'm bouncing to that. I've got a character weapon. I got the a blaster rifle. That's 2 force. That feels less impactful than actually getting the battle destiny out there. So I'm gonna deploy this person who I never knew existed, Corporal
Oh, we
Beezer.
have a member in the community that loves Corporal Beezer.
Yeah,
Big fan.
she is very attractive corporal. All right, here we go. Passing.
Yeah.
Um, I used to know like I mean I will say that I kind of bowed out around this time, but I used to like I developed a lot of my lore knowledge from this game. So I used to actually know like all the cards and um, all the subtext and things. All right, so cool. So we're just gonna pass. No point in moving. I potentially should have deployed here. Actually, now that I look at it, like I didn't think about the
You
negative
could.
two.
It's risky though because it gives me a turn to dump a bunch more guys and then battle into you. So, yeah, you could go either way there.
I mean, I could deploy and fight the same, deploy and battle the same turn though, right?
Yes, yes. Now, again, the penalty is if you have two guys and I have two guys, you deploy and battle, and we each lose a guy. The next turn, I'll be able to reinforce and
Gotcha.
battle into you, and you only have one guy left.
Yep, makes sense.
But those kinds of tactical stuff, you'll see that kind of as you play more games for sure.
Sure.
All right, so now because I have a space and a ground location, I don't have to pay that pesky 3 force to force drain every time.
Yep. So -2, right? Let's see. That
So
feels
yeah,
less
right now draining
interesting.
for one there and maybe one over here.
So it's kind of weird. I kind of feel like both of these, like this blaster rifle, does not feel super awesome.
It's not great by itself, but that superficial damage makes it a lot better than it would otherwise be because you can
I mean,
treat it
did
like
they
a character
like?
that you
Let's
can
say I hit
forfeit for 3.
if I hit a target, they are no longer on the battlefield to be like forfeited for attrition. Is that the way it goes?
It means they have to be lost at the end of battle, but normally they can be lost to satisfy
Gotcha.
battle damage and attrition.
So my
There's
hand,
some cards that make them forfeit 0 or ways to remove a hit character from the battle before that phase, but normally, yeah, they can still be fodder for that.
gotcha. All right, I sacrificed both from hand. How do you see how much folks have in hand, or can you?
On the top left, you can see I have 7 cards in hand,
Gotcha. And you got zero.
0 in the out of play, which is kind of like the lost pile, but there's no way to recover them.
What's the eight
And then
for?
8 activation, and I can see you have 0 cards in hand and 6 activation.
Mm-hmm. Six activation is like on the field.
Yeah, 6 light side icons plus your 1, so that's how many cards you can just at a glance see that I'll be activating 8 cards every turn, and you'll be activating
I
6.
gotcha. Okay, cool. Alrighty.
All right, so I want to, let's see, I could reinforce space, but with 0 cards in your hand, I'm not too worried about being attacked in space right now, so mostly I just want to reinforce the ground a little bit, so maybe we'll put, maybe we'll get a stormtrooper down here.
And sorry, draws after deploy.
Yes, draw phase is at the very, very end, after you've moved, done everything, and just before you let the other player go.
Gotcha.
All right, so I can get my 2 guys there, but once again, I'm concerned that on your turn you'll be able to, if you had cards in your hand, you'd be able to
I
deploy
don't.
more forces here
So
and get me in
so
trouble.
strategically there, I probably should have kept one in hand just to keep you guessing. Um,
Yeah, yeah, hand management is a tough part because, yeah, you don't want to lose stuff randomly, and drawing cards means you're not
because like for
deploying
all you
stuff,
know, I got
but
like
you do want to
Han
maintain some cards
Solo.
in your hand.
Like I yeah, for all you know, I had like a really good card in my hand. And so potentially you didn't deploy like these guys to that location.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And sometimes having 1 or 2 cards in the force pile is also a useful thing because some interrupts cost force to play. Most of the weapons, the basic weapons, cost force to play, so it can be useful to have 1 or 2 cards in your force pile, at least to threaten that possibility.
And is occupying a battle site, is that considered being there or like actually You have nobody there.
Yeah, occupying means you have a character there.
Okay. All right. So I can force strain here with no penalty. I think
Yep.
that's the answer. Why did I get nothing? I feel like I messed something up. Force generation for this turn is 6. Sorry, did I mess something up? A move to control
No,
action?
no. No, go ahead and activate first.
Okay. But I don't see my force in my force pile. That's the problem.
Yeah, let's revert.
I think
So,
maybe I clicked something wrong.
yeah, no problem. So I'm gonna do a revert here to the start of your turn, and then you should be able to grant that.
Yes. All right. Choose activation action or pass. Oh, I think I choose pass. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yep.
Yep, yep, that happens.
Feel like those buttons could be bigger on like no activate instead of clicking the deck. All right, so we'll force drain here, and so only one.
Okay, and I'll lose one from the top here.
Okay. So I can't deploy anything. So I'm not sure what's highlighting these guys. Why is it not deploy? Oh, that's interesting. It's saying deploy Lumot or Wat Wuta from the reserve deck.
Yeah, so the lower half of Chewbacca's text is he can try to deploy a character during the deploy phase. So there's two Wookiees that he can deploy for free from reserve deck.
Do I have those?
Okay, so they don't happen to be in there, and what this is doing is it lets you see everything in your reserve deck to
Gotcha.
confirm that it's not there.
And I'll check the
If it
deck and
was there, it would basically look the same to you, but you'd have to click on
I
the
see.
characters to deploy them. And because you didn't find one, it also lets your opponent see what was in your reserve deck so they can confirm that what you were looking for isn't there.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't actually have any. Okay, now I see. So let me. What is this? Same deal. Looks like no possible deploy.
Yep.
Okay, so essentially, I should just know what's in the deck, so I don't reveal what's in my entire. Unless it's like a standard deck, and then nobody cares. Like,
Yeah, and it can also be helpful, even if you know you're not going to find something, it can be useful so that you know what's in your force pile, for example, because you can look and see, oh, my general solo card must be in my force pile. Maybe I want to draw into that. Or later in the game, you may only have a couple cards in your reserve deck and you want to see what they are so you know if you can fire a weapon and successfully hit somebody and you don't really care that your opponent knows what those cards are.
um, so I'm looking at this. Looks like we're even power. We both get a battle destiny. Am I wrong? Like in the blind, without knowing what's in your hand, and like interrupts. Am I wrong in assuming that this is a relatively even matchup?
It is an even matchup, but the big thing to consider is after the battle. So
Yeah.
suppose we both battle, we both draw an average battle destiny, maybe a 2 or a 3, and we both lose one character from the site. Our You probably lose Corporal Beezer, I lose some Stormtrooper, and now we're at roughly the same power, but I have 3 guys, and I have the ability to draw Battle Destiny, and you just have Chewie,
Gotcha.
and no ability to draw Battle
Yep.
Destiny,
Fair.
so it puts you at a disadvantage in the next turn.
Totally. Um. All right. So to move, is it? What's the move cost?
It's 1 for a character to move to an adjacent site.
So this costs me 2 force.
Yes, if you want to move them both. And that would happen after
What's
the
land
deploy
speed versus
phase.
shuttle?
And to move them, you just during the move phase, you would click on the character and choose the move action.
What's land speed versus shuttle?
So because you have a capital ship up at the Endor system, you can basically transport them up onto that Nebulon B frigate and basically airlift them out.
Okay. So land speed means like I want to get them to the other spot. Okay. Um, okay. Um, and
And
then
if
to
you wanted
move,
to, you could actually move to the Mon Calamari system with your
yeah, this
crew
was about
there,
to ask.
and you could throw your A wings in the Nebulon B frigate. It can hold two starfighters, so if you want to chase down it, you can do it for I think two movement,
Yeah, this was about to ask. I'm
two
not actually
force.
seeing the opportunity to click anything
Oh,
over here.
yeah, sorry. So during the move phase, even though it's your turn, it'll give me a chance to carry out a move action.
Is it
So
ship
if I have
dock?
so if I have some action that can happen at any time, it's going to keep bouncing that option to me because we'll take turns taking move actions.
So is it ship dock?
No, it should be
Embark?
if you click on the A-wing, yeah, embark,
Okay.
and you can
So I
embark
can
those
move
on
them
your
all
Nebulon B
for.
frigate.
Trying to see how many I can put on there. How do you know how many you can put on?
It
Oh, I see two
says may
starfighters.
add two
So
starfighters,
I could
and
move
if
them
you're,
all for two, essentially. Is that right?
yep, exactly.
But you've got six cards in hand. Um, and I really need to get some hand cards going here.
Yeah, it could be worth just staying put, and at this point, you're not paying to force drain for one, and we're kind of even in space, so it's not a bad idea just to stay put.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna draw all four, I think. Okay.
So the reason the turns seem like they're like stalling out where you don't have action is because Admiral Piet here says once per game you may take one Admiral's order or any commander into hand from reserve deck. So basically, after every action you take, he's lighting up as, oh, you could take this action
Gotcha.
now,
Yep.
which is kind of annoying. So I may
Yep.
use his ability
Star Wars
later just so
Unlimited.
I
Yeah,
don't get prompted every turn.
The Star Wars Unlimited thing has the same like. I played it only like 10 times, but the Star Wars Unlimited thing has the same like trigger cue.
Okay, so I looked for a card with him. I was unsuccessful, so you get to see what's in my reserve deck.
Okay.
All right, now I'll go ahead and force drain for one.
Oh, sorry. I need to pick.
And if I was smart, I would have looked in that list of cards in my reserve deck to see if matching Starfighter was available for one of my TIE pilots, because I happen to have a TIE pilot in hand.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of somebody on my stream that's like best stream viewers at onlyfans.com.
Yeah.
I don't know how. If anybody knows how, let me know. Oh, I pinned it. Oh no. Ugh. Didn't mean to pin
Damage control.
that. All right. Actually, that's pretty on brand with my stream. We'll leave it. All right. Okay. So you got 8-4, 6 in hand. Feels healthy.
Yeah, I'm feeling not
It's
great
asking
because
me
I,
for
I have
another.
11 in
Sorry.
lost
Oh, sorry.
compared to your five.
Should I have lost another one? Is that saying? Oh, I have one more.
Yeah, so one for the forest and then one more at the
Oh
system.
yeah. Okay, my bad. Oh man, these are pretty good. So we'll go from the deck.
Yep.
He's junk. And
He's great at blowing up the bunker.
yeah, is that like a qual? I remember there was like a lot. It felt like there was some storytelling in this, and so like that's interesting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of dynamic stuff that happens. Like I remember in person recently, I was playing on the ground in Endor, and the opponent put Emperor Palpatine down there earlier, and I made him lost in the woods. So I was joking about him being senile and wandering off into the forest by himself.
Alrighty. Um,
All right, so I want to start covering this a little bit. So
Jonas.
maybe I'll.
Sorry, we there's a few people watching for the X Wing stream, and like we all know Jonas. He's got his own persona. He's got
Ah,
his own persona in
yeah,
X Wing minis.
he's quite good in his bomber, right?
Yeah, he's good. He's good in X Wing because
Yeah,
I don't play Empire a lot, but I believe he allows like a lot of rerolls.
yeah.
I mean,
Some of these guys are pretty nasty in their corresponding ships.
oh, so you can deploy a pilot to ground. He's over there like, he's like, what do you want from
Yeah,
me, bro? He's in
he
his
can,
flight
he
suit.
can't use a weapon, but hey, he's got power and forfeit three. Okay, so I just draw up a few here.
Looks like it's waiting on me now to activate.
Yep,
All right, so we will activate. Man, still only 6. Feels like I need some locations. Uh, we can
yep.
we can force drain for free.
Tough choices. I'll do someone off the top here. And all the blue links in the chat log also let you see
Yeah, I
the.
saw
You
that.
can kind of hover over those and see what card.
All right, so I'm trying to figure out. So I just get to initiate battles for free forever.
Yep.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, it seems pretty straightforward.
Oh, very, very good.
And
And
then
especially the last half of his text is amazing.
base 2 force to cancel opponents. Oh, that's good. So we just keep that 2 force. And then pass. We battle. Initiate battle for free.
Okay, so yeah, 6 power difference right now, and we both get to draw Battle Destiny, but you'll have the option of canceling mine if you have 2 force.
I do have 2 force. Yeah, we'll cancel that if I get the chance. I don't see the opportunity to cancel it, but
You probably have to click
oh,
on
that's fine.
General
That's
Solo.
fine. Yep, might as well. The point in not.
Yeah, that saves you 3 power difference and keeps your Corporal Beezer alive. Alright, so yeah, I have 9 battle damage to cover, and 3 of it has to be lost as forfeit from the site for the attrition. And so I could lose the Elite Stormtrooper to cover the 3, and then I could lose 6 cards from the top of my deck. Or I could lose this guy and then lose Piet to cover the 6 damage because he has forfeit 6.
Yep.
So yeah, you have a really good ground presence now with Solo and Chewie together.
I think we just pass because I don't have the force to move.
Alright, so I'm sticking with my Force Drain 1 and 1s here.
Do games are games normally no voice?
There's no built-in voice on the web client, but
I mean, like
you know,
most
there's
games
there's
that
people that enjoy chatting while they play, and other people that don't like that at all. So you pretty much, if you find some friends on Discord that like to chat, uh, you can kind of arrange for that separately on Discord.
gotcha. So choose a force to lose. So the forfeit value means nothing when it comes to force, right? One card is 1 force, right?
Yes, until it's out on the table, it counts as 1 unit of force. Yep.
Indoor Scout Trooper, and one more, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. I feel like that may be really good. I
And
don't know, but
the log here also has a chat, so I can like type stuff to you.
yeah. So most people do like. Would you say like just most games that happen like 90%? Oh, yeah. Indoor Scout
Yeah,
Trooper resurrects.
yeah. At the beginning, people will usually say "Good luck, have fun," and
Right.
"May the force be with you" or whatever. And then if some issue comes
Yeah,
up,
that's good.
if
Yeah,
they
I
have
mean,
to
there's enough. I
leave
guess
for
there's
two
enough like
minutes, they'll say
rails.
something.
Yeah, there's enough rails built in to where it's like not a lot of discussions necessary. And in X Wing, like you sometimes need to explain, like, wait, how did you roll four dice versus three? And
Yeah. Yeah, every once in a while, people will say, "Oh, why wasn't I able to do this?" And somebody will point out some card that prevented it or whatever.
do you feel like that? Uh, I feel like that would detract from the community. Do you not?
Some people chat a lot. You know, they it just depends on the person. But yeah, you can spectate games and you'll see some people have, a big long running chat about how the game is going, and other people it's just good luck at the beginning and GG at the end, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right, so too risky for me to stay. I don't want to bring more guys over there just to keep losing one or two every turn and not doing any damage. So until I get a weapon or something or I can get rid of Solo, I'm kind of leery about trying to stay in his face.
Okay. We activate. Would love to get some locations going. We drain.
Oh,
And
there goes one of
then
my good 6 Destiny cards.
let's see. You got power three, power one plus a pilot. So you're sitting at what's that? Power nine over there.
Yep. Yeah, and in the lower left corner, you'll be able to see the power at each location.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Or
through squadron assignment. I wonder if I don't know if I have the pilot as the issue. Oh, I do.
all right, so somewhere in there, it looks like you do have a match. And it could be like a Gray Squadron Reserve pilot, or it could be the actual match. Yep.
I can't do it with Gray Squadron 1, I guess, because I don't have
I
the.
think it may be. I can't remember if
Maybe a
that's a.
1. It may be because, like, you can't do it twice.
Yeah, it may be a once per deploy phase thing.
Alrighty.
Alright, so forces are reinforcing here. Go ahead and keep draining. So at this point, you're at 35-ish cards, and I'm at about between your hand and life force, and I'm somewhere in the 30-ish. So if we keep going at this rate, 2 damage each turn from either side, you'll come out on top because of the battle earlier.
Yeah, gotcha. Alright. So that looks like, location.
So, see what I can do here.
So your objective here: get more locations out there, get more force strain.
In hindsight, this may be a bad idea, but hey, let's see what happens.
Oh, so it took
All right. So
4.
yeah,
Okay,
now
why
we're
only
up to 10 and
4?
8.
Oh, the
So
permanent pilot
we
adds
have more to
ability of
work with
2.
now.
Okay, so these guys are a 2-5 instead of a 1-4. So, right.
Which guys?
The Scythe pilots, it said the permanent pilot adds ability of 2
Yeah,
instead
so
of
they each
4.
have ability 2, so I'm able to draw a Battle Destiny there at least.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't know if you're up for another game. We can play a real one without you like handhold me.
No,
Yeah.
it's all good. A lot of this is just learning mechanics. There's other stuff like you can land your starfighters from the system to sites on the ground, and your pilots can jump out, and yeah, there's a lot of mechanical depth to this game for sure.
Yeah. That's why I fell in love with it a long time ago. Um, so I'm trying to figure out which cards. You've got a power of 9 total here. And I've got.
And Solist is definitely the more threatening, 'cause, that's a force strain of 2 for me in space. So if you have to pick between one of those two systems, you're gonna be more interested in going to Solist
Yeah.
probably.
So we did that for, I think, 2. And then
Yeah,
we do. Don't know if I've
nice.
got ability. I don't know if I've. Okay, so that's. So I've only got ability 3 there. So no battle destiny yet. Um,
Yeah, so you could pack up your Nebulon B frigate and move over with a couple things, or you could just fly the X-wing or the Y-wing over.
I can just.
Endor is at Parsec 8 and Solist is 7, so all of your ships can travel there.
I can still just fight, right? Is there a reason why not?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to activate some force
Alrighty.
with that interrupt again.
So the plus. I see 4+1 is the +1 for. Yeah, I guess I'm trying to understand
Okay, and with that force available, now I'm going to deploy this TIE fighter as a react.
Okay.
So reacts are kind of battle responses. All right, and so I want to draw my one battle destiny. All right, so this is interesting. So I've lost the battle because you have power 9, I have power 8. So I have to lose one card. It could be either the three ships, but because of the attrition, even though I lost the battle, you're going to have to lose 3 forfeit from the
Okay.
site.
Which makes sense to lose the pilot, right? Because if I lose a starship, the pilot's gone anyway.
Yes.
And there's no point in losing a capital ship.
Yeah, and having that unpiloted starfighter, even though it doesn't give you power, it gives you 5 forfeit at the site, which is pretty useful.
Okay,
So
we.
at this point, you may want to
That's what we're doing.
like move your.
Yeah, we're on it.
Yeah, you can run
TTFT.
away like that, or if you want to go the other direction, you can pack up your Nebulon B frigate from Endor and bring a bunch of reinforcements over.
Mm. Yeah, good point. Probably should have done that. We did this though.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, we can revert, and you can try that out too if you want.
All good. All good. We'll just keep rolling.
All right.
Um, sure. I'll draw that one. Okay.
All right. So now I've got a little more damage going on.
Yeah. Okay. This guy seems weak. Just selling commando. Power 3. That's not bad on Endor. Um, adds one destiny to power only. What does that mean? That means like you draw a destiny, but it doesn't contribute to attrition.
Right.
That seems pretty good though.
Yeah, usually that comes with conditions. What are his conditions for drawing that?
Prevents opponent from drawing more than one battle destiny. Is immune to attrition -4. Less than 4.
Is that only when he's present with a particular type of character?
Win in the battle against a non-unique alien. Yeah,
Yeah, so
non-unique.
in this case, there's no non-unique aliens on
So
the table.
we'll sacrifice that guy. Get the hell out of here. Mm, all right, so you're draining me at 4 per turn.
Yeah, compared to your two, so I'm feeling okay about that long term if this
Right,
continues.
right.
Alright, so there's a victory class
There
Star
he
Destroyer
is.
that'll help me move around a little bit if I need to.
There he is.
So yeah, Solist is the place I want to hold on to more because I can do more damage there, but um, I'm thinking that if I need to defend Solist, it'll be nice to be able to pack up my crew from Mon Calamari on the Star Destroyer and then slide over and be able to
Yep,
pile up on there if I need to.
yep. I see that. So to move my 3 characters over to this other ground location, that's 3 force.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so expensive. It's kind of like you really kind of want it. And I assume there's like terrain transports that would help.
Yes, there's vehicles with land speed. You can pile them in and travel multiple sites for one force, that sort of thing. And one interesting thing is that General Solo, his text works even in space. So if you were to move Solo and Chewbacca up onto a B frigate and move over and battle, you could still cancel my battle destinies in space. Not a great use of their power because they don't provide that power 6, power 4 in space, but it can be useful.
Gotcha. Oh, that. Wait, why can. Oh, weird. I can't. A Wing. Oh, Red's question 4 is pilotless. Okay, that's not good. Disembark that. That's no good. We don't want that. Because really, if I have a oh, this is so funny. Hobby, sorry. Also, an X-wing thing deploys -2. Sorry. There's so many funny overlaps in X-wing in this. If I have a pilotless starfighter at a location, is that considered occupied?
Nope, it's just floating there. I can't battle it. You can't do anything with it. Once you deploy a pilot into it, though, you can start doing everything again.
Do I need to disembark these guys? Yeah, it looks like
Yes.
probably. It's not assumed.
I mean, technically, no. Having them inside the ship means I can't shoot at them and stuff like that, but they also contribute no power, and so generally you want to have them disembarked.
Right.
All right,
So
so
I
this is
think I
looking
want
scarier.
one more disembark. Well, I mean, you've got a Star Destroyer, so. Cool. We pass. We draw. Cool. We pass.
Okay, and I'm getting to the point where I can actually activate everything in my reserve deck. So you can see I have 0 cards in my reserve deck. If I was to start a battle, even though I have the option to draw a battle destiny without a card there, it's not going to do me any good.
Gotcha.
And so that can be a limiting factor later in the game as well.
Um, says choose activation action or pass. Why? Um, well, second
So you
screen.
you may have some card somewhere that can let you do
Yeah, I
something.
just clicked on it. I didn't know what it did. Don't know what it
So it
did.
looks like you added some power to some of your scouts for the rest of the turn. Um, because that's a lost interrupt, though, I don't know that that's going to help you.
No,
Let's
it's
see.
highlighting it for some reason.
Yeah,
I just
let me revert that, and
had
you
a
can.
countdown. I was like, oh fuck!
Yeah,
You put a timer
let
in
me
front of me.
revert
I'm gonna
that, and
click it.
you can avoid playing that because that's just a wasted card at this point.
Did I click the wrong
Oh
thing?
wait, sorry, we didn't back up far enough.
Still not far enough. Maybe okay. I still only see one card in my hand. Not a big deal. It's just a.
Yeah, we didn't back up far enough. If you hit revert, you can see like we can back up to the beginning of my turn.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to. Actually, let's reverse. Sorry, I actually did
All
not mean to
good,
click
all
that.
good.
That's one. That's a real mulligan. I actually didn't mean to click that. Um. Okay. Do you want to allow the game state to be reverted? Yes. Okay. Now I see both cards. All right.
Yeah, so I'm
Um.
back in my activate phase.
Yep. I don't know why it's counting that down. I think I'm
So
just gonna
so
pass it.
you could play your interrupt, but you don't want to. You just want to pass and wait till I force strain you, I
Yeah,
think,
because
and then you can
you're
lose
not
that
going
from hand if
to.
you wanted.
Yeah, because you're not gonna be battling my scouts most likely.
Yeah, that would be suicide.
Oh, choose force to lose. Sorry. Um. Follow your ability in a battle is provided by. Nope, that feels like a good one, and we'll lose one from the stack. Oh no! Oh, intruder missile. It seems. Eh.
It's a great destiny, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna put this site out. Not because I need more activation, but it has this really nice text that says your character movement from here requires +1 land speed. So you're that actually doesn't come into play here because it's non-scouts. So because all three of your guys are scouts, they can move for 1 land speed.
How do you know they're
Everybody else that's not a
scouts?
scout
Is it.
basically wouldn't be able to move out of that great forest site.
Sorry, where do you see scout on them?
In their lore, at the top of the card, they're
Oh,
listed as scouts,
scout.
but you
Scout
can right
leader.
click on
Yeah.
them and you'll see their keywords are solo is a
Oh, so
general, a leader,
oh,
and a
I remember
scout.
that. It's like anywhere in this in the text, like the lore text, it says,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's so nuanced."
In person, it's a little easier to see because most of the time those are highlighted in bold, so it's a
Yeah,
little easier in person.
yeah,
Some of these card images, it's not quite as easy to see that.
right.
All right, I got to get some reinforcements in space here. What does Hebsley do? All right, so I'm going to deploy a ship and its pilot here. And let's see, can I do another one here? I'm just gonna load things up.
Yeah.
And I could start a battle, but at a 10 power difference. That seems like a bad idea.
Oh, that's cool. You can see the power difference right there. That's great.
Yeah, in person it turns into what's your power there again? And
Right. Yeah.
like 2 minutes of counting
Lot
up.
of subtext like this palette adds this to this, and
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm feeling a little better about that.
seems good.
So now I'm down
Yeah.
to,
Okay.
let's
Good.
see, 10, 14 cards total, and you're at 24 cards, so you have a 10 card advantage if everything stays the same and we're trading blows for damage.
Yep. All right. Grand. uh, sorry, it's like Lord of the Rings reference there. Grand. Okay. I'm going to deploy. What's this guy ability? Two adds two to the power of anything that he pilots. Hmm. I'm gonna go there. I kind of feel like I want to pull Red Squadron. Red Squadron 4, get back to the reserves. Are we gonna pass the rest of it? We're gonna not battle. We're going to move people. Let's embark. Everybody get on. Everybody get on your Nebulon B. Getting the F out of here. Um, hmm. So I feel like I'm leaving folks behind. I think, yeah, that's it. So then we move using hyperspeed. We'll go here. We'll go here. Go. Ugh, man, it feels like that's kind of a wasted ship at that point. Go here. And then I got five more. We'll move Chewy to here. That took two. I think that's a good move. And then we pass. We pull in all these cards.
So my own strategy's working against me here because if I move over to the Great Forest there, I'll be stuck. So I can't run away if I try to deal with Chewbacca there. Alright, so I'm not going to be battling this turn, so I don't need to save a card. And unfortunately, I can't run my black 3 guy away, so I'm going to have to go reinforce. Uh, it's not going to matter this turn because I don't have enough to battle and stuff, but you probably would have wanted to disembark your X-Wings so you have more
Oh,
power at the
yeah.
location.
Fair. Yep. Yeah, I guess it'd matter if you deploy like a Star Destroyer there right now.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's on me. I'm sorry. We'll lose that and that. Mm, Another Nebulon B. Nebulon B is, I guess, must be efficient.
Yeah, they're not amazing, but they're roughly on par with the Victory class Star Destroyers, I guess.
Hmm.
All right, so it would be great to fight at Endor, but I just don't have enough to do anything there yet. Um, and I definitely have to reinforce at Mon Calamari, even though I really don't want to go there. So I think it's time to move. So this can carry 3 ties, so I'll bring them over here. All right, so yeah, your late game spread on the ground looks like it'll pay off here for some extra damage.
Sure. Yep. Go through it. Okay. Um. Hmm. Think that helps. Maybe. Don't know.
If you're expecting any resistance on the ground, yeah, that's quite helpful.
Um. Admiral Akbar, pilot, passenger. I assume pilot.
He can pilot, but I think he only adds to the power of capital starships. So although you
Oh,
could
he's not.
put him in Red Squadron 4, he wouldn't add any power.
Oh, is Nebulon B not a capital?
Yeah,
It is.
Nebulons are, but if you put him in that empty floating Red Squadron 4, he would be able to pilot it, and you'd have power 3
Oh,
from the ship, but he wouldn't add any like
gotcha.
he would to the capital.
Gotcha. Yeah. So we just no, we don't not battle out. Why are you trying to trigger me on Admiral Akbar? Once per game, may take. Sure. Let's see. Take card from into hand from research deck. What do we got? Nothing. Cool.
Okay, but you got
Um,
2 6s in there. That's useful.
and then I think you have something you need to confirm on your side. Cool. What is this? No, I'm not gonna battle. We're gonna move. Actually, if I disembarked, I might be even. Now we're gonna move. No point. Let's play the hard to get game here, and then we disembark. It'd be cool if there's like a disembark all option or something.
Yeah,
I feel like
there's
I'm not
some pretty
getting it.
tedious combinations of movements. Yeah, I know
Is there
what
a
you
way to
mean.
tell if you disembarked everything that's available?
The one of the challenges is that all the interrupts in the game that can be played in between all of these and in
Oh,
response to things. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for
I feel like I'm
uh,
missing one.
yeah stuff to happen instead of doing it all at once. Same with
See,
the force activation. Like it would be so nice just to activate it all every time.
so you just kind of arrow everybody. Okay, all right, and then pass. We draw that.
All right, so that's not looking good for power for me there, but Let's see what I can do. So we'll keep plucking away a little bit here. Hmm.
Oh no.
Definitely do not want to battle. And I wish I could load up all my ties, but they can only carry 3, so I'm gonna be stuck leaving somebody behind.
Oh, sorry, it's waiting on me. Um,
All good.
yeah, we should be like some sort of notification or something more in your face. Um,
So one of the other bad things about putting all these cards in space to defend is every card I put on the table is effectively a card that's lost from my reserve deck for paying for force drains
yeah,
and things like that. And of course, the game is over when you run out of cards in your life force. So playing cards to the table is effectively losing them.
right, right. So we pass on that. The battle seems close, but we'll pass. We're just gonna do the whole. And this feels like very gimmick, big gimmicky, where it's like, I'm gonna embark everybody again, and
Yep, that's the smart play here. I think. Like, yeah, you could battle and we'd both lose stuff, but you might lose a little more, and you wouldn't really benefit from the battle per se. Um, now the downside of leaving is that I do 2 damage, but given the current life force totals for everybody, that's not such a bad trade-off.
yeah. All right, and then we disembark everybody. Sure, everybody.
Yeah, so I'm in a tough spot here because I don't have a lot to work with.
Choose add hyperspeed or maneuver to any. Man, this card seems bad. Add two to hyperspeed. Why? Why do you care about the number of hyperspeed?
So the parsec
I see
system
it. Yeah,
values Mon Calamari is 6,
I see.
Solist is 7, Endor is 8. Some ships, like the Victory class Star Destroyer, only has hyperspeed of 4. So for some systems like Coruscant or something that are parsec zero, you can get stranded where you can't even reach some of the systems, or it'll
Mm,
take you multiple movements to get there.
gotcha.
So having high hyperspeed can be pretty useful. But that card in particular is nice because it's a used Destiny 6. So you can
Ah,
play it during my turn and then activate. So if you played it and then it went to the bottom of your reserve deck at the end of our turns, and then you activate 9 cards, you know that your 10th card is that Destiny 6, and you can kind of queue up a high value for your battle.
right. Gotcha.
Plus, there's other benefits to having high maneuver. Sometimes it'll increase your power or let you avoid getting shot by a weapon or something.
Actually, can we
All right.
revert the? Sorry, can we revert what I just lost?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Might as well go down an epic showdown here. Final battle. No point in losing starships. I'll lose that. Plus, I got Desi, who's in the chat, and he loves B wings. And if I lose a B wing,
Yeah, they you can load them up with a lot of good weapons.
if I lose a B wing, he's gonna just give me shit.
I've seen a B wing lone B wing take out the executor by itself.
I mean, that's pretty much what happened in the movie. It was an A wing
Yeah, yeah.
with Arla. No, not Arla's. Oh man, why am I blanking on the A-wing pilot? The most intimidation and bumps. Search the name. Yeah, drunk.
All right, so I gotta slow down the
Marvel.
damage. It's
Marvel.
too late anyway, but I'm gonna see what I can do here. All right, we need to move these guys over.
This deck feels very space heavy.
Yeah,
I don't.
there's a lot of space in these for sure.
I don't feel like I lost a lot of like ground troops to force train, and I've seen a.
Yeah, the pilots can be used ground or air, but yeah, it's definitely a lot of space action in this.
Mhm. Oh man, I really wish there's like some sort of like, it's your turn, motherfucker. Um, move in.
I think if you're on a different tab, it'll ping, make a little sound and flash or something,
Gotcha.
but yeah.
Okay, so you've
So
got
I'm losing from hand because I need all the cards I can get just to pay for moving my guys around.
so you've got 5 total cards in hand and
0 cards in hand.
0 cards in hand, 5 in reserve. Okay.
Yep.
Hmm. 7, 11, 25. Well, let's go full tilt, baby. Go full tilt.
Now, if you're planning on fighting there, you probably want to if you're planning on fighting this turn, then instead of activating the full 9 force that you could have, you may want to leave a couple cards in there to draw Battle Destiny and fire your weapons, that
Oh
sort of
no.
thing.
Well, I messed it up.
Nice.
We messed it up. That's okay.
All right, here we go.
Weapon segment. Sure. What? How do conks work? Let's see. Destiny greater than defense value. I mean, all these ties are gonna have a high defense value, right? So like,
Yeah, moderate. Black 3 is a maneuver 3.
yeah, that's what I was looking at.
But yeah, at this point,
Oh,
with
I don't have
zero
anything
cards in
in
your
there.
reserve deck,
Oh
you
no.
can't
Nope.
draw for it.
No
We
import.
could, yeah, we could revert,
No, no
and
worries,
you
no
can
worries.
leave one if you wanted. But
But I would need to leave like three, right, to shoot twice and draw a Battle Destiny.
right, exactly. All right, so I lost the battle by 6, so I have to lose 6 total from somewhere, but I don't have to lose them from the battlefield. And you have to lose 5, even though you won the battle from the site due to the attrition. And you could use superficial damage to sacrifice your concussion missiles for to cover 3 of that,
Do that.
and then like lose the Y wing for 2 force. That'll cover the remaining 2 if you wanted.
It should. Not seeing the prompt yet. Maybe.
We take turns losing stuff, so I had to lose something, and now it'll be back to you.
No, we'll just lose two conks.
Nice.
The trouble is, I left these guys over here hanging out with the Star Destroyer. No
Well,
one wanted.
you still have 1 force. You can fly a Y wing or something
Move
over
one of
there.
them.
Be able to draw
Yeah.
Destiny at least.
Yeah, I think. Well. Hmm. Let's see. How do I? I don't see the. Here, let me. I don't see the power level on the left anymore, unfortunately.
That's probably because the battle is already finished, so we're not going to be able to battle that turn.
Yeah. So let's
It
do
kind of would be
one.
useful to still see it, though.
Trying to just
Oh, there, I see it now. It's 32.
3220. Yeah. Mm, I feel like I'm getting too many. Yeah. Nope. Stop. 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 I feel like I'm clicking the wrong things. No. Oh no. Um. So I'm trying to disembark now, but it's like.
That's probably the most tedious part of this implementation online is all the embarking, disembarking when they get stacked like that.
Just trying to see what I got on this guy. So I've got. All right. So I've got two pilots and somehow. So I got somehow two pilots. Hmm. Yeah, I think I accidentally disembarked Red Squadron 7 from his own ship. How do I?
Can you get him back in there to get your pilot on it?
I can embark the.
Yeah, there you go.
And then.
Then you should be able to embark. Was it Kin Kian that was on it?
No. I think I see. Yeah. So then I click on. Yeah, I'm not, it's not like I made the game, so like I can't bitch. Um, this is cooler, way cooler than what I used to have many times, many years ago. Let's see. Feel like that makes it more even. 25-20 for
Yeah, you got it
sure.
covered.
For sure, you can deploy and beat me in a battle, but at least it's even.
I got 0 cards. I'm not gonna be deploying anything.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a lot I'll be able to do on my turn here. So I could battle into Chewbacca. Maybe we'll try that and see if we get lucky.
No.
Oh, that's a good start.
Yeah. Pretty good.
All right. So I was hoping it would be a 3 or less, so I only have to lose one guy because all 3 of my guys are forfeit 3. So that's unfortunate because I'll be left with only one guy there. I guess I'll lose him.
All right. This is
So if you lose
Tuesdays.
Delavar, you'll still have to lose one from attrition, and then you'll be stuck losing Chewbacca. So it's better probably just to lose Chewbacca, and he'll cover all of it, and then you can reinforce later if you need to.
Mm. I can lose how many from the deck to cover?
Uh, you can lose to cover the one battle damage, but because I drew that 5 attrition, you're still going to have to lose 5 worth of value from the
Got
site.
it. So there's no point. Like Chewbacca dies regardless.
Right, and so you might as well, yeah, not lose. Sometimes you want to lose both guys, and so you lose Delavar first and then Chewbacca, if you don't want to have a guy stranded there.
Gotcha.
But since you have reinforcements, it seems like a reasonable move there. And I'd better draw and try to get something else going on. And so at this point, we both know that I have a 5 on my reserve deck there. So you'll know exactly what you're facing if I draw a destiny.
Sorry, 1 second. I hear my kid hacking upstairs. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Back.
Yeah, no problem.
My 4-year-old still, he's potty trained, but he's trying to figure out how to not pee himself at night. Um,
Yeah, we have daytime accidents with my 4-year-old, but we're
uh,
okay for nights.
oh, yeah, it's the opposite here.
Oh, and I don't think it'll come into play, but you can see our timers on the top left by default for just normal games. It's
I
like
see.
60 minutes each or 45 minutes each, something like that. If you go to the options tab, you can request game timer plus 30 minutes. Uh, uh, Most games, that's not going to come into play, but um, it's mostly there so that if people abandon games, that they don't stay on the lobby server, hosted for weeks and months and years.
Gotcha. So I should have yet again left some. Actually, can we revert just that? Actually, I can probably do it myself.
Yeah,
Can't I?
yeah, you can revert and choose start of the turn or whatever.
Yeah, because I should be choosing. Nope.
Yeah, you have to go a little earlier than that.
Yep, I see it. Oh man, it's really good. Like the fact that it gives you that level of granularity. It's really strong. I don't know, something like 5 seems good. And then I forget. Yeah, we pass there. We control here. We pass and deploy because I got nothing. Um, is there any reason? Let's see. You're power 2, I'm power 1. 17 to 11. 25. I think this feels like a bigger power difference, so we'll go here.
You can battle in both locations in space, and the cool part is that I only have one card in reserve deck, so if I draw Destiny in this battle, I won't be able to draw one in the second battle.
That's cool.
And you actually have enough where you could fire weapons if you wanted to.
I don't think I have any weapons. Oh, all right. Choose a card to battle from battle to forfeit. Might as well sacrifice the ship that's not piloted. Maybe
Yeah, nicely covers everything. And I need to lose one more, but I really don't want to lose any from my reserve deck. Or life force, I mean.
gotcha. 2, but we know we won the battle.
Alright, so I have to lose 7, and once again, only 2 from the site, or 2 from the battle, but I really don't want to lose other cards, so let's see, we'll lose this, and one more.
Pass, and then we move. I think solo here.
Yep, that's good. So you can draw Destiny, outpower me, so that's going to be a bad fight if I don't get somebody there. And I don't have enough cards to probably do that.
So I'll spread it out. See how it goes.
Yeah, that works too.
Sure. Draw 1. Is there any point? I guess there's. Mm, yeah, I need to not draw everything because then you gotta force to actually deploy. Yep.
Yeah, if you draw up all your cards, you lose the game, even if you're way ahead on the field.
Gotcha.
All right, so maybe I want to force strain and put some kind of weapon on something.
Yeah. This game, like I know you've been hand holding me, and I felt in control because you've been like guiding me the entire time. And yet, surprisingly, it's very close, like in terms of cards.
Yeah, yeah, these
Um,
are fairly well matched, and we've been kind of chipping away. It's possible to lose 20 cards in a single battle if you got caught out. You got totally outpowered. You can have some pretty decisive battles, but generally it's not too hard to stay close.
okay, so two total cards there. Oh, whoops. There we go. So one total card, right?
Yeah, so I got one card left total for
So
everything.
negative. Might as well deploy, might as well battle.
Yeah, yeah, that should
Should
do it. Because my guy will only forfeit for 3, so with the power difference of 4, you can win the game on that fight right there. Oh, I have 1 extra power from something. Oh, my victory class gives me 1 extra power.
gotcha.
So the victory class at the Endor system says adds 1 to your total power in battles at related planet sites. So I barely survived.
Cool. All right. I think this is the most outclassed. Should yet again not have drawn everything, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's all part of learning. Okay, and these guys cover almost all of it, but I have 1 left, and that'll do it.
Good game. Appreciate the walkthrough.
GG.
Very, very kind of you to handhold me like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's and this is just a small piece of it. We didn't see any of the cards from Jabba's Palace and Hoth and a bunch of other sets, plus all the newer virtual open cards and all that.
Love it. Well, I will say that like my initial have you played shoot, did I already ask you this? Star Wars Unlimited?
I know of it, but I've not played it.
So I've played it about a shoot, and was it a year ago? Yeah, I think it was a year ago when it kind of first came out. It definitely has like Star Wars and the SWCCG vibes. Like, there's definitely things that they took from it, but it pales. Like, I just love that. It is. It. Somebody's asking if this is VHD from Camp. It is. Um, there's only a few people watching. So like the thing I love about this game is that like I feel like there's just okay. I'm gonna just kind of go on a little mini rant here. There's just way more lore involved. Like every one of these character like little subtexts is awesome. I think one of my favorites is the I forget what it's called, but it's like the Chewy torture chamber one. It's just like the it's from Bestman and just like it's like ooh 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 ooh. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, yep, yep.
Um, but so you just learn a lot about characters, like every background character that possibly exists. Like these were made in like '98, right? And so like that lore did not exist until this game came out, as far as I know.
Yeah, a lot of the designers were able to pick their own names for cards and like they became canon after that.
The card design itself, I love. I love that they use actual photograph, like the actual movie stills, versus like the cartoonized versions. Um, I love that battles are not like so like in Star Wars Universe or Unlimited. You know if you're well, there's interrupts, but you kind of know like if you're going to win a battle or not. There's no chance involved. It's either my opponent has interrupts or they don't. There's no like destiny component.
Oh,
Um,
no, no dice rolls or anything.
yeah, there's right. There's just little left up to variance, which I think makes the game more fun. There's no epicness to the game. Like in this game, you have look at all these different locations. You can travel across indoor and to the indoor system. You can hyperspace travel over. If I remember quickly, you could like send Luke to Dagobah and actually like put him through training, and he'd come out of training like a better Jedi. Like there's just way more epic like storytelling involved with this game than there is Star Wars Unlimited.
Yeah,
Um,
there's bounty hunting. You can capture people and blow up the Death Star. Um, they added tons of mechanics.
I mean, were you around whenever they first came out with it, or were you like? So I was in for context. I'm 42. I want to say in 10th grade in 2000. So like in ninth grade when I moved away from my the only friend that I knew played it. That's kind of like right when I want to say like the Jabba's Palace stuff was coming out.
Yeah,
Were you
I'm
playing it
real
back then?
close. I'm like 41, and played. I started playing probably after Dagobah came out. I remember when Cloud City released, and I was really into it during Jabba's Palace Special Edition. I played in through Endor and Death Star 2, and then once the Episode 1 stuff came out, I totally dropped it and was moving on to college and stuff like that.
Yeah. I dropped it because of the special edition or enhanced or whatever it's called. Because I remember, well, there was a few factors. Like I moved away from the only friend I knew that played it. Plus, like these card sets came out that you could get like Master Luke with lightsaber or something like that. Um,
The enhanced premiere, yeah, Luke with
and
lightsaber, Obi with saber, yeah.
my, I don't know, like my 12 and 13-year old brain was like, dude, I literally was asking like my mom and dad to get me this for Christmas, like the entire premiere like card box, just so I could get basic Luke. Right, that's what I'm thinking about. It's like I got the entire set and I had to wait a year for it, like super patiently. Um, it wasn't even like it was like the basic like a New Hope set, whatever that's called, just to get like basic Luke, not with lightsaber. This is like boy Luke. And then 2 years later they come out with like this better Luke, and I was like, okay, well that diminishes all the patience I had. Now I know there's like other subtleties to it. It's like, oh well, it's Destiny count is lower, and things like that. But um, I don't
No, there
know.
was definitely power creep, and it got way worse, way more out of control at the very end of the Decipher print run because they knew they were going to lose the license, and basically they released a bunch of stuff that wasn't play tested as well as it should have been. Plus, they just wanted to
Right.
sell a lot of product before they couldn't sell it anymore, and so yeah, the power creep got really egregious at the very end of the game.
Yep. But I mean, the base game, I think like these kind of like sets where it's like you can't introduce a ton of like crazy cards is super fun. So, really appreciate you giving me the walkthrough, man. And like, very, very grateful. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I'm in. I'm sold. I'm gonna get involved. So I see like, there's the book club, Discord that seems pretty active. Is that kind of the main Discord that one would go to?
Yeah, there's kind of I would say the retro players that enjoy playing the original cards and all that Decipher printed, they tend to migrate to the book club, and it's a little more, I don't know, casual, laid back. The SWCCG Discord is, I think, more people gravitate from the open community, which plays with the virtual cards that have been released by the players committee in
Gotcha.
subsequent years,
So the book
and
club is
and
kind of
maybe
like
a little more
if
on
I
the
want to play just
competitive
like
end.
basic, like earlier sets, no crazy cards and introduce. It's kind of like you. It's more on even playing field. That's where I want to. That's where I want to be as book club.
Uh, yeah, I will say that the retro formats with the earlier cards are not necessarily better. They're more familiar, and they have their quirks and problems. Later on with the virtual cards, they tried to address some of those with, some rebalancing and trying to level the power creep and that sort of thing.
Can you give me an example of like where the retro decks felt like after more time feel unbalanced?
So there's certain cards in the retro formats that are really unpleasant to play against. It's not even that they're overpowered, it's just they leave a bad taste in your mouth. Like there's some inserts from Dagobah that you put it in your opponent's deck, and when it comes to the top, you total up the three uh, lowest Destiny characters on the table, and whoever has the lowest number loses the difference. And so people will just put, a couple Destiny 6 guys on the table, some droids or something, play this, and cause you to lose 10 cards when the insert reaches the top, and just do it again and again. So there's some really uh, unpleasant parts of the game. And later on in the open formats and all, there are defensive shields and stuff that are kind of soft bans for those really abusive strategies. There's ways around it and formats in the retro area that prohibit those, but yeah, I'll say that retro tends to be a little slower, um, and the cards are, like you said, from the movie itself, rather than um, inspired by characters from later series and stuff.
Right.
And so it's more familiar. It tends to be a little slower paced, and eventually I hope to get into the open format as well. But it's just another level of learning.
Yep. Well, I do appreciate that. Like this game feels in a very similar spot to X-wing minis, which is abandoned by the game developer. Pretty like there's a player run committee that's still continuing to develop the game, like iterate, create new ships, new cards, things like that. Um, that there's still a world, so that seems cool. Sounds like last year is in Germany, this year something else. Um, X-wing is just now going through that. So like this coming Worlds tournament in 2026 will be the first time it's not been hosted by the manufacturer or the producer, whatever you want to call it, the shop. Um,
That's FFG, right?
it was FFG, and then it got transferred. So Asmodee is like the I don't know the terminology because I'm just not in those circles, but Asmodee is like kind of the parent company, and then FFG Asmodee apparently transferred the rights to the game from FFG to AMG. Um, and then AMG had it for like 2 years, and after that, um, I don't know who pulled the plug, but somebody pulled the plug, either Asmodee or AMG, and it was the best thing that could happen for the game because you know, the general community had tons of gripes around power levels, and as soon as they pulled the plug, they're like, "All right, cool, fuck it, we can go do it ourselves."
Yeah.
Not we. Like, so one of the guys that was in the chat tonight is Greg, and he has like the largest. He hosts the largest like team league where you have like. So imagine, you are on a team of seven, and you go up against another team of seven, and you go up in games like this, and whoever gets the best 4 out of 7 wins the week. And it's kind of like Kind of like Phillies versus the Braves, and then the next week it'd be like, Phillies versus the Mets, and so like, and then you get into the playoffs, and so it's very like sports inspired, um, and people have way more voice around like power levels and how much things should be worth and like which cards are overpowered, and so just like it's the best possible thing that can happen for the game. Because the producer, the manufacturer, shop, whatever you want to call it, like they they cared, but they also weren't like fans of the game. Like they cared about
Okay.
what people
Yeah.
were saying, but they didn't play it themselves. They didn't. They just didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't eat their own dog food, and they didn't. Like this is a basics. It's a basic engineering principle. It's like whatever you make, you you digest that, and they did not.
Yeah, and I think that's similar here. The player committee is pretty devoted to the betterment of the game and continuing some of the, I guess, philosophy of introducing new cards regularly and doing erratas when needed, that sort of thing.
Yep. Well, again, I know this is like probably 4 times longer than your normal game. Really appreciate the game. Thank you so much. Really
Yeah, for
appreciate it.
sure. Yeah, come
Hope
hang out. There's lots of people that are happy to help you learn to play.
I'm around, man. So I'm gonna be joining this quite often now. I mean, this is like pretty simple. Seems like relatively low effort, and I felt like like a lot of things for clicking again. So I just love, just kind of reiterate, I love the epicness of it, the storytelling piece of it, and it's just so fun. It brings up back so much nostalgia. So,
Yeah, it's
um,
a lot of nostalgia for me too. One thing I'll say is you can spectate matches super easily on the game hall, so you
oh
can
yeah,
hop in and watch other people playing, which is really neat, and
yeah,
kind
I
of
saw
see
that
what
button.
decisions they make, see the stories that unfold there. And there's also leagues. I think coming up at the beginning of next year, there's probably going to be a like a returning player, uh, like mini league competitive sort of thing. So you may want to check that out
Love it,
eventually.
love it. I was just at PAX Unplugged. Let's say Sunday, yesterday, which is in Philadelphia, and it's like a big game con, and it's competitive, but it's also you're competing with other players in a dead game. So like everybody's pretty chill. But
Yeah, yeah,
I do like the like pseudo competitive environment. It's fun. It just adds like some spice to it. That's also like it's a bit muted back compared to when it used to be run by an actual like gaming boutique or producer or whatever. But
yeah.
thanks.
Competitive out of passion,
That's right. That's right.
not
That's
out
right.
of cutthroat spirit.
That's right. No ego. It's like it's all about just like am I? It's like it's not so much like it's like have I put enough thought into this? Am I making the right decisions as opposed to like I can't wait to win this so that I can get like a world's invite slash buy for the first round.
Yep, yep.
So cheers, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much again.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you around.
All right, see you around. All right. Well, that was fun. I will say that I'm hooked. I'm hooked. You got me. Fucking love Star Wars collectible card game. Fuck, man. I wish I had done this like a few years back. Get back into the community. So much of it is just like ingrained in me from when I was 12 years old, 13 years old. And I gave up on it when I shouldn't have. Um, I got my fucking GI Joes like behind me that my sister sent me. Um, it's like, man, I really wish I like just stored my cards instead of selling them off. I sold them off for like I don't know, it's uh, like less than $200. My entire kit, because like I never play it, declutter, and boy, do I regret that shit. I had, I mean, I didn't have like super pricey cards. I had like, I think my best one was the Dagobah Luke. Um, it's really fun. I forget like actually how to do it, but I can tell you like being able to take him on the journey to become trained into like, oh, he can actually fight Vader, and you could train him to where uh you could train him to where like he'd actually be on par with Vader. Whereas like in Vader in um Empire Strikes Back, like he was very much toying with Luke, right? But you in the game, you could train up Luke to be like, oh no, he actually can fuck up. He can fuck up Vader if Vader's not careful. Um, if but that was if he stayed with Yoda. If he stayed with Yoda, he trained to be a Jedi. He could come back into the game. I forget it was like I forget how he comes back. But it was like several turns later, he comes back and he can fuck up Vader. And it wasn't like a guaranteed thing, but it was like he could come back and he can put on a show. Um, it's just like that level of storytelling is missing from every other game I've ever played. The only other game that I've ever played that's like even close to that is Star Wars Rebellion, the old school like um, it's like an old school PC game. Um, and same aspect. You could like Luke would disappear, and then like 2 years later he'd show up and be like, "Oh, I'm Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, here reporting, ready to go fuck shit up." Um, and just epic storytelling. Like you could like conquer entire sectors and set up manufacturing centers and shipbuilding centers and troop training facilities, and like you had to kind of like regional like fleets to protect all those facilities, and to raid another sector is like a whole thing, because like not only are they oppressed by the Empire, but they're also loyal. Yeah, Star Wars Rebellion PC game is it's a solid like minimum 8 out of 10. It's probably a 9 out of 10. It's minimum 8 out of 10. It can get like to where it's like, okay, once you know how the AI works, like, but fuck, as I say that, it's like sometimes it's hard to chase that AI down. Like it will fucking hide, and you're like, where the fuck is that last like fleet that I need to go nuke? Really depends on your win cons. Anyway, um, love those types of games as opposed to like quick, like I'm gonna do 20 minutes of card flipping. It's just not my type of game. So appreciate the few folks that came in tonight. I cannot express how much I appreciate VHD for giving me like literally just hand holding me through that shit. The fact that he was hand holding me through that, um, and I was solidly like in the lead the entire time, and I barely won shows it's just like levels to the game. Like he obviously was toying with me. So, um, cheers, guys. Thank you so much.